Hello, this is Brenda with Clear Passage. Is my Facebook family doing today? I have with me Ken Knight, who lives in California and was seen at our St. Louis clinic last year. Hi, Ken. Thank you for
All right.
joining me today.
My pleasure.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, Ken?
I'm a 72-year-old male. I'm in pretty good health. I've had lots and lots of abdominal issues over my life. And uh, I live here in San Diego with my wife, Belle. And we've got a whole slew of kids. They're all gone, fortunately. But
Do you have any grandkids?
yeah, three,
Oh, wow.
four. I'm sorry,
Awesome.
four. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
The
wonderful.
oldest one doesn't seem like a grandkid anymore. He's at Harvard Law School.
Oh, that is awesome. Very impressive.
Marty Pants, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
great. Okay, Ken, could you tell me about your battle with bowel obstruction? How did it begin and how long had you been dealing with it?
I had, like I said, I have had a lot of issues. It started with an appendectomy when I was, I think, 13, and I've always had abdominal pain my whole life. And then at one point, I quit drinking milk or dairy products because I realized that that wasn't my friend, and that did away with a lot of it. But then I had these serious issues. I had diverticulitis
Mm.
after I had three episodes in a row. My doc finally said, we need to go in there and take care of things, and they removed a third of my colon. And then later on, after that, then I had a triple hernia repair, which, every time you cut, you're going to get more scar tissue,
Right,
more
right.
adhesions.
Hmm.
And then finally, a couple of years ago, I had what felt like diverticulitis attack. I went, wow, I had a third of my colon removed, and it's still very painful. It was so painful. And so I finally told my wife, I said, we need to do something. And so she took me to the ER, and they ran a big scan. I forget what it was. But anyway, they said, you don't have diverticulitis, you have a bowel obstruction,
Hmm.
small bowel obstruction. So they said, go immediately to the hospital. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go immediately. They're waiting for you.
Wow.
And I was just, I was so blown away because I didn't even know what it was. I
Hmm.
didn't have any clue what it was, but I learned pretty quickly in the next day or so what it was. And
Hmm.
of course, they put you on contrast, they put you on painkillers, and they put an NG tube down your throat, which is like the worst thing I've ever experienced. And I just don't ever want to go through that again. So
Right, right.
I'm grateful.
Hmm.
I'm hoping I don't have to go through that ever again. It feels like I'm on the right track. So
That's
yeah,
wonderful. That's wonderful to hear. That's
it,
wonderful. So
it's
did
been
you
about a
see?
year and a half, and I'm
Mhm.
symptom free.
Awesome, awesome. So did you
Happy
see
for
any
it.
doctors or specialists regarding the bowel obstruction, or was it just that one visit to the ER that led you to the hospital?
That was it. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was pretty much it. And since then, of course, I've talked to my personal general practitioner, and everybody kind of has given me their opinion and given me their advice. And I told him about Clear Passage, and he's like totally on board with it. He says, fantastic.
Awesome,
He had never
awesome.
heard of it, but
Right.
then when he looked it up, he's like, well, this is fantastic. This is great. So
Awesome, awesome. So what led you to finding Clear Passage?
it was mostly my wife, uh, Belle.
Hmm.
She said, I feel so helpless. She says, I don't want to lose you.
Mm.
I finally found you. I don't want to lose you.
Oh.
So we've been together about 21 years. But
Oh, okay, okay.
anyway, she started looking around. She went on the internet. She says, there's got to be something that can be done other than just waiting, for the next episode. And I said, it doesn't seem like there's anything there. And then she started reading about Clear Passage,
Hmm.
and she came to me and she's like, this is something we might want to consider doing, because otherwise this is going to be more of the same.
Right, right.
And like I say, after 3 or 4, 5 different surgeries, you just never know.
Yeah, that's true. That is so true. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, but I am glad that you found clear
Yeah,
passage
yeah, me
and that
too.
brought you to us to help you.
Yeah,
If anyone is out there, they have any questions or anything, please put them in our comments. And at the end of this live, we will answer any questions that are in the comments. So when you called Clear Passage, I know you spoke to someone in our scheduling department. How was that process as far as scheduling your appointment?
no, it was super easy, super
Mhm.
easy. And I'm not sure how we all settled on going to St. Louis. I mean, we had heard good things about many of the places. There's apparently clinics all around the country that,
Yes.
that do this.
Mhm.
And I wasn't real thrilled. I didn't know what of one doctor out here in California, but I wanted somebody that did it exclusively. I didn't want somebody that just did it as a sideline and they
Right.
didn't do the program the whole week.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so we talked to Sharon and just set it all up and made our plans and went back there for a week.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
As Ken has noted, this program is a week-long program. It's a 20-hour program and it's over 5 days.
yes.
It could be compacted into 4 days if needed. That would be 5 hours a day, but our regular program is over 5 days. So did you notice any changes during your week of treatment? Any changes in your body and how you felt?
My backaches went away,
Mm,
which is kind of bizarre. I've had a low backache for years, and it was so strange. I told Belle, I said, this is really weird. I don't know why, but I don't have low backaches anymore. And I know everything's connected.
right, right.
We're
Hmm.
all connected, but I couldn't figure out how working on the gut would affect, the back. So
Hmm.
that's what I noticed right away. And the other thing I noticed that I wasn't in any kind of pain. I had no pain.
Awesome,
So
awesome.
that was a real plus. Uh, yeah,
Well, good, good, good. So you say you were seen in September of last year, if I remember
I
correctly.
think so. Yes, yeah,
Okay.
that was 3 months after my surgery.
Oh, okay. And
'Cause
how has
you have
it
to
been
wait three
going with
months.
you? How's it been going with you since being seen, a
I'm
year?
sorry, I didn't understand
How
you.
has it been since you were seen a year, almost a year and a half ago, really?
Yeah,
How has it been?
been great. No, no, nothing. No symptoms. Everything's fine. My back still feels good.
Good, good, good.
Yeah,
Are
it
you
was
keeping up
great.
with your home maintenance?
Yeah, I do that every day. I do
Hmm.
that. There's a particular, um, what would you call a protocol
Hmm.
that I do every day, and it takes 20 to 30 minutes a day. And that might sound like a lot, but you know what? You get an NG tube one time, you don't want to do it again. So I'm just real happy to spend 20, 30 minutes, and it's mindless. It's completely mindless. You can watch TV. I
Hmm.
watched the football game yesterday and just did my thing. I just use a timer, and
Okay.
it's real good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Now, were most of these techniques taught to you by Sharon and Maura when you were at the clinic?
Yes. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, they gave me a fantastic education. And I
Hmm.
mean, they did a lot of work. They worked really hard on me. And then I just felt like they launched me. They got me started and then taught me how to continue on my own, and just said, if you keep this up, you should be good. So, and it's good so far.
Well, wonderful, wonderful. We've had many patients come through here with small bowel, problems, and a lot of their main concerns is they don't travel because they're afraid to travel because they don't know when they're going to have another episode.
That's
Did
right.
you ever go through any of that, and how are you with traveling now?
I'm good. We actually just recently traveled back to see our grandson back in Massachusetts, and then
Oh,
we went up to Vermont, and you know, it it didn't. There's no concern about that. I mean, I've had other issues. I had pulmonary emboli showed up on that trip, and I had to go into a hospital to get treated for that. But
okay.
no problem with the gut. So I don't. Yeah, we kind of got away from traveling at all. It's
Hmm.
like you don't want to be, in Thailand or somewhere in the middle
Right.
of some third world country and have a small bowel obstruction. I mean, who
Hmm.
knows? So, but now I feel fine. I feel like I'm ready to continue traveling.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, wonderful. Glad to hear that. Maybe you'll go to Thailand then, huh?
maybe.
Go to a third world country and not be
Yeah,
afraid.
yeah, that's
That'll
right.
be awesome.
Excuse me.
Okay. So what is your diet like now that you've had treatment? What do you think you can eat that is different from, before?
Um, like I say, before I had my my issues with my gut previously, I got away from dairy. I pretty much have gotten away from gluten.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're mostly vegan. We're about 90%
Mm,
vegan, so
awesome.
plant based. So,
Mhm.
I feel good. I feel good eating that way. Kind of staying away from meat. We occasionally have a little bit of fish. I missed my sushi.
Mm, okay. Okay.
We were very strict vegan for about 4 years, but then we figured a little bit of fish wasn't going to kill us. So,
That's good. Yeah, a little bit of fish, every now and then. It won't
yeah.
be, it'll probably help you actually. So do you have any advice for anyone listening or any, comments about Clear Passage you would like to tell our listeners right now?
Yeah, I would say that it's 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 not inexpensive,
Hmm.
but just the confidence that I have, being able to feel that I have a hand in my own healing, that I can do something instead of just wondering, when the next shoe is going to drop. That's not a good way to live. And so they gave me some tools. I think it's the tools, knowing that there are tools that you can use. And it's not hard. And when you're there for the 20 hours, it's not painful. There's
Hmm.
nothing painful. It's actually very relaxing. But I would say definitely check it out if you've had bowel obstruction issues. I can't imagine just continuing to live like that. Just so we both feel very good about it. We're glad that we invested in this treatment, and I
Hmm.
would encourage anybody to continue to investigate it. Call up some of the practitioners, call up some of the people, and talk to them directly. That's what we
Hmm.
did, and we talked to Sharon. I was just like, I was completely sold after talking to her.
Right,
Now I'm
right.
really sold after being treated by Sharon and Maura,
Hmm. Hmm.
two really loving, wonderful women.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure they would appreciate that. They are some very good therapists. Sharon
yeah,
has been with us, for quite a number of years now, and more, so they all get the same training. So they have great hands and they love what they do. So that's
yeah.
very
Very
good.
professional. I felt very cared for and just very confident in their abilities.
Hmm. Hmm. Well,
Very
good.
nice.
We always tell our patients when they come to us that they're a part of their treatment plan also. That
Yes.
it's not just the therapist working, but we want to hear from the patients. Where do you want us to work? Well, not us. I'm not a therapist. Where do you want the therapist to work? What areas do you feel need to be, get more attention? And we try to make sure that we listen to our patients. And I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure that Sharon did that when she treated you because she is very professional when she treats. Um,
Yes.
is there anything else you would like to say about Clear Passage, sharing your treatment, or just anything in general?
It's just been really amazing to have some hope. I will say that we had a lot of it was like a vacation that week, and they want you to stay for a couple days after your treatment's
Mhm.
done. So I think we stayed till Monday
Okay.
following the treatment, but it's really fun there. We had a blast in St. Louis.
Hmm.
There's a lot of parks. We did a lot of hiking because they don't want you to just go lay around. They want you to get out and move. And so
Right.
we did every day. We did that. It was great fun,
Well,
really
good.
sweet.
Good. That's good. I mean, I've never been to St. Louis, but I hear it's a lot of nice places around the clinic.
Yeah,
And we do, tell our patients after they've been treated to just walk around. We want to keep things loose, We don't
Yeah.
want you to just go, sit back down and tighten things back up. We want to keep things loose for your next round of treatment. So we do
Yes.
have our patients walk quite a bit.
Yes.
And, like I said, I'm in the Gainesville office and we have a lot of beautiful walking trails here. If anyone wants to come to Gainesville and be
Yeah.
treated, we have some beautiful places here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm
good.
just really grateful to the Werns for
Yes.
having developed this. If this wasn't available, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. But uh, Larry and Belinda,
Yes.
uh,
Mhm.
props. Really appreciate it.
I will make sure they know that if they're not listening now, I will
Yeah.
make sure they
Yeah.
know that you sent out your best to them. And
You
they
bet.
are wonderful people.
Yeah.
They have they've treated, they don't treat anymore, but when they did treat, they treated thousands of patients and
Right.
helped, a lot of people. And now they've trained their therapists to do the same, which is, amazing to me.
Yeah.
When I first came here, I had never heard of Clear Passage, but I've been here 7 years now, and I'm like,
Wow.
just the amazement when you see a patient walk in on a Monday compared to when they walk out on Friday.
Yeah.
You just see such a difference in their life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's very relaxing. I think the whole process just calms your nervous system too. There's
Hmm.
something very relaxing about it.
Hmm.
Anyway, I'm all for it.
We're glad to hear that, Ken. We are so glad to hear that. Well, I'm looking, we don't have any comments. And I mean, we can keep talking and maybe we can get some comments. If not, then, we can go ahead and, I can tell people to reach out to us for a free consultation if they want to. We do offer free consultations. We have locations throughout the US and one in London. We have a
Oh,
location in Pasadena, California, which is probably closer to you than St. Louis, but you chose St. Louis.
yeah. Yeah.
We have a clinic in Dallas, Texas, Detroit, Michigan, St. Louis, Missouri, Manhattan, New York, and of course, our headquarters is here in Gainesville, Florida. And all our therapists have been trained by the Worms in the Worm technique. It's all hands on manual physical therapy, and they work your whole body. They don't just work one part, they work your whole body. And
That's
like I
right.
stated earlier, we like our patients to be involved in their treatment. So we listen to you. We listen to our patients, and all of our therapists are just awesome. I've felt the hands of most of them when they come through here for training,
Yeah.
but they're just awesome, and it's an awesome experience to be a part of Clear Passage.
I appreciate y'all.
You are more than welcome. You are more than welcome. So yeah, feel free to call us for a consult. Go to our website, which is www.clearpassage.com. We have a lot of information on our website that tells you about our treatment. There's some testimonials there. And we do have patients like Ken that'll be willing to speak to people if they want to
Sure.
speak to a person and not read their story, but actually
Yeah.
listen to some stories. We have patients that are willing to give, to talk to potential patients. So if it's you're on the fence, or if you just like, hey, I really want to do this, but I need to speak to someone, reach out to our scheduling department, either Jessica or Amy, and they'll get you in touch with a previous
Yeah.
patient that has been seen by us.
I would
We're
be.
going to add Ken to that list.
I could be totally open to that. I would be happy to do that.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We
I'm
really
so
do
excited
appreciate
about
that.
this work. So
Uh-huh.
it just feels like I got my life back. So
Wonderful. We're going to give you an ambassador hat, Ambassador
yes,
Ken
yes,
Knight,
yes.
for
That's
Clear
right.
Passage.
That's right.
That would be wonderful. Well, Ken, if there's nothing else for you that you want to talk about, like I said, we don't have any comments today, which is a bummer, but that's okay. Next time we'll get some comments and we'll get some feedback. And we
Sure.
may get some comments when this goes live. When people go look at it later, they may ask some questions. So we always go back and look at that also.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. But I
Well,
really do appreciate you being on with me today.
my
And
pleasure. Nice to meet you, Brenda.
you're more than welcome. And I talk to almost every patient that comes through here, but I don't get to meet them. But it was wonderful meeting you, Ken, today.
Same here. My
Okay, thank
pleasure.
you. All right. Thank you. You have a great day and take care.
Thanks.
All
Thank
right.
you. Bye
Okay.
bye.